This addition has been really a true blessing for our school district because it's allowed us to accommodate the needs of our community.
The primary school is beautiful, but it definitely didn't have a gymnasium or the room to kind of grow. And so as a parent, that was something that I did notice when we first toured.
Our intermediate building was at over 110% capacity. So this project allowed us to move the second grade to our primary school building and has opened up capacity for our facilities so that we're not constrained in overcapacity anywhere on campus.
We started the process by just having some listening sessions, making our case to the public about what our future needs were going to be. And at the end of that process, we passed a $7 million bond issue with almost 75% support, which is huge. We had a consultant come in and talk to us about all the different options. I think this made the most sense to us. I think when you have a firm that has some skin in the game, you don't have just a firm that's working for you, you have a partner that's trying to do the best job that they can.
Before we even got close to having finalized the scope of the project, we had identified a few areas where the board wanted to make changes. It provided the district and the Board of Education with a level of oversight and control that perhaps is not commonplace in the other options like design bid build or a construction management agency approach.
The transparency portion of the project was really, really high priority. That manifests itself by SM Wilson. They were at every board meeting, always updating our numbers, always had pictures for us to show us what progress had been made. They were a partner for us and we trust them.
Parents just wanted to be reassured that their kids were going to be able to come to the primary and be safe with construction happening and to still be able to learn. The site manager really did a great job of communicating, and that process started on day one. And so safety was never a concern of ours because of the great communication.
I like the gym because we have PE in it, and then you can also, sometimes we have inside recess.
Probably my favorite memory was the topping out ceremony of the gymnasium where we raised the beam that includes the handprints of every student who was in attendance at the primary school at that time.
Everybody, they gotta put someone painted their hand and then they gotta stick their hand on it, and then it showed their handprint.
So first they prepped the beam beforehand where we had it painted white, and all the students came down one at a time, did purple and gold handprints on the beam, and all of us got to watch that beam be raised and set in place in the gymnasium.
Every kid that ever touched it, when they come back in the building, will look at it and remember that day.
Yeah, we were very excited for the opportunity to have the skilled program on campus. We're always looking for ways that we can expand opportunities to our students with respect to career and technical education options.
We decided to have our 7th hour at Construction Boys, the class is all made up of boys, get a tour of the construction site. And then both times, the adults and Richard to kind of describe all the different trades, but then also how much the industry needs workers right now. I think a lot of the kids are under this impression that the jobs aren't out there when they really are. I just think it was a nice touch that they were willing to bring the kids in.
We were excited that we could provide those opportunities to our students, allow them to see in a real world setting what kinds of options are available to them after they graduate from high school.
We really call ourselves a primary family, and it's been a really, transformative process for our building, and exciting one.
Definitely a wow moment for my child. I mean, his little eyes just lit up to see like this is a gymnasium. This is where we get to go that is just designated for running and throwing balls and kicking, and you get to be a little more rambunctious and be, more of a 7-year-old, and that's pretty exciting for him.
A $7 million project is not something that's small for a community this size. It's a big deal. And again, the important thing for us was to come in on time and on budget, and we did both. So I'm really proud of the work that we did together, our Board of Education and SM Wilson.
What's your favorite part of the new gym?
The part on the floor, because you can run around and play on it.
Nice. It's super shiny too, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I noticed when I was in there. Can you slide on it? Do you ever get to take your shoes off and
No.
pretend to ice skate?